Hello everybody, welcome back to another Alliance War video. So we got an interesting one today against Revod. This is an alliance that I know I've seen a few of these people competing in Masters. So I was very surprised when I saw them in this whole alliance going for what looks to be like a P2, maybe P1 battle, maybe. And you're going to see why I'm even more shocked when we get into the actual war. So in this war here, we're going to take in Human Torch, Archangel, and Warlock. And the plan of action for that was that I was just going to go through the whole of Path 7 again. You can see that they banned Kingpin, APOC, Symbiote Supreme, and then we have the normal global whitelist and blacklist, as this season has all along. So let's get into it. Going to move straight onto Path 7 now. And you're going to see here that the first fight's obviously a long shot, because that's all everybody ever places, is a long shot. So we're just going to go do this, Human Torch, pre-fight. I know some people have decided to try and do this without the pre-fight. I'm just not good enough. So here we go. Pre-fight applied, go back out onto the home screen. As per usual, check that it's actually gone on. Because it's Kabam. We have a really nice relationship with Kabam most of the time. I'd say most of the community do. It's very much a, oh, there's an issue, but we still love to play the game. The game's running fine, but we're still having problems somewhere. It's just one of them. So anyway, let's enjoy it. We're going to go with the Human Torch versus Longshot. You can see I've boosted here. I'm ready to go. For the most part, you've seen me do this quite often, especially in this season now. I just tend to jump into a path quite quickly, get the fights done, especially in Section 1, and then I can forget about it. And you're going to see it's very similar here, so just get long shots Special 2. You're going to see there. And one thing that I noticed, it's not in this fight, I believe it's in the next fight, but they had a very good defensive mastery setup. And you're going to see what I mean in a second. So long shot here, you can see just breezing through that, Human Torch, sorry, even. Breezing through that long shot. Wasn't even a struggle, was a really nice fight. You love to see fights like that, it's just nice and simple. When it works well. So, we've got this cable here with Warlock. And the first question I was asking myself as soon as we go in was, does this have willpower? The answer is no. Actually, potentially they do. Do they actually? Hold on. I think I said that they didn't. I wasn't. Hold on. I'm second guessing myself now. But anyway, we're going to go into this here, and I don't notice the power being drained whenever they had a parry or whatever on them then. But it's only vivified and brute force, so I just have to be careful with this. Warlock's going to stop the conduit anyway. Yeah, no, it's definitely not got any form of willpower on, because he would be losing power now and he's not. So that was the first thing for me, and I was like, oh, hello, this is a bit new. This is definitely not what I was expecting coming into these wars. Some people in this tier and these wars don't even have Limber maxed. So to see people placing without even having willpower on for defense was a shock. But Warlock deals with this anyway. What it does mean is that it means that in Section 2, the old classic fight that I did all the time, which was Domino on Path 7, was going to be a bit of a nightmare. So, oh well, we're just going to have to deal with it when that time comes. Anyway, we go into this fight here with Blade. And first things first, I have to apologise to my alliance mates. I didn't realise at the time, but I didn't even boost up. I don't know why. I just didn't boost. Completely forgot. Decided because of the time zone things again, I was going to try and clear this to make it a bit easier. Messed up there, forgetting about the mastery setups and then probably having Limber on. This root node is so annoying, especially with all these sort of champions that they get placed on. And we're just going through it. So here, I remember about the Limber and think, right, okay, gonna have to just wait that out. Trying to dex here, and I'm just messing up, not even apparently dexing, just sitting there holding block, waiting for the root to come up, but the neurotoxin stop it, and now I just completely lose track and forget about how much power Blade's on. I get rooted again and get smacked around a bit, and I'm thinking, great, this is good fun, yeah, fantastic. Throw this special one just to kind of get myself away, and again, just completely didn't even pay attention to how much power he had. Let myself, like, just throw it, and yeah, by the time I'd got out of the parry and gone to even throw an attack, Blade had already recovered, woke up, smacked himself, smacked me around, and decided, you know what, you're having a special too now. So that was a death. And that's all on me. If I had boosted, probably could have soloed it still. Normally, and I've said probably going forward now, I won't try and rush these. I'll just wait for the white Magneto if necessary. Time zones and that are a little bit of an issue right now, but we're trying to work our way around it and trying to see how it's going to work. And yeah, so don't rush it, but obviously I've already taken off all that health from the first instance, so I know I can do it now pretty easy. He somehow Dexes away from that heavy attack, and yeah, good fun, good fun. But there we go, Blade is finally down, 1 attack bonus lost. So then we come up to this Domino here on path 7, and again, like I said, there's a very classic sort of matchup on this node and this path combination. Just have to be wary, especially now because of the people that we went against earlier. We know that potentially defenders are possibly going to be placed without willpower if they suspect a Warlock is going to touch it in any way, shape or form. Now, the way that we do the planning here in this sort of like alliance is that I'm taking normally a full path of my own. So if I take 7 in section 1, you end up taking 7 in section 2. And it sometimes leaves you a little bit struggling for counters, but it's just what it is. We have to make the best and we have to get through it. So we're going to go into this Domino here. While she's lucky, she throws a special 2, which was really nice of her. Probably because mine's rank 4, she took some form of pity on me. And if I remember rightly, I did put on an invuln for this fight because I knew that they were going to have no willpower on. Still shocks me, knowing that at this like standard of war, people are going as far as to take willpower off for defense. But look, it is what it is. These things happen. Here's a nice little interaction, so I'll throw the special 3. She's basically got full power. Throw this. Nice. And because she's lucky, or because of whatever reason, there was no power drain. So she instantly wakes up and gives me a special 3. So yet again, in a very similar fashion to a lot of the other wars, I'm just sitting in a special 3 simulator right now. Battleground seems to be a special 3 simulator. War right now for me seems to be special 3s. I guess I must just like the animations and not even realise it. But yeah, it's one of these things. Here again, she throws a special 2, which was nice. I'd rather that than the special 3. Throw the special 2 into her, and we're just going to get this damage done. Again, I'm trying to save myself a little bit of loyalty here where I can. But between these invulns and all these potions to heal up, I'm not really actually doing myself any favours whatsoever. Here was a fight I was slightly concerned about, being Quicksilver. I haven't really faced him too many times, in honesty, especially on like a kinetic transference node. So I just tried to get the evade out early there, and that was done. So now I was going to parry heavy, and keep going like that, try and get as many neurotoxins as I can as quick as I could. Because of the neurotoxins and that, it actually did me a huge favour in terms of halting the kinetic transference, because that would have done a lot of power back to Quicksilver. You can see there I managed to get the perfect SP1 Dex. I'd only managed that once or twice before, so I was pretty happy with myself, but I knew that he was going down. He was going down pretty quickly here. This point, I was like, okay, fine, we're done. That's my war done for now, especially. I'll just move up to this Misty, and that's it. Upon doing that, I was just checking the nodes out here and thought, I don't really fancy taking this. My indestructible boosters ran out. That's what it is. So then we spoke between ourselves, and we decided to put on the white Magneto and just kind of let me go in and try and nuke the fight with Archangel. And you're going to see how it goes. Yeah, they're all rank 4 defenders. I think like 30 plus of these defenders are all rank 4. So fair play to Revod because they had a very good defense. It was very well organized. They got the masteries on point for it, and you've just got to respect it. If someone's going to put in that much of a hustle, then you've got to like respect it and throw your hands up and say good job. There she shrugs off a poison, which I was a little bit annoyed about, and she's gaining power. But I was trying to get the Neuros to stop it, and yeah, she smacks me up, gets to a special 3, and hits me with it. No indestructible boost, no nothing, and I just quit. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to sit there and watch another one. I'm sick of these special 3s. In hindsight, which is obviously the perfect thing as always, you watch it back and you think, right, okay, you could have taken your time, maybe baited the special 1, blah, blah, blah. But I just wanted to try and get my Neuros on and try and nuke that fight down. And sadly for me, it just didn't work out on the day. Probably maybe a little bit better and easier for me if I had the maybe a white Magneto on my team for Archangel's ability accuracy increase. But again, we make the do with every situation that we have. There's a lot worse things that could happen. I could lose all of them. You can see there she's already starting evading. She's just a nightmare. Normally, I would have done these fights with like a red Magneto or something in the past. Completely shut her down ability-wise. And you can do it that way here. Because of everything that's going off, she's now got her unblockable. And I'm like, I want nothing to do with this. Waited for that to be over, got to the special 1. And there we go. The match done. So even the second fight, when she was a little bit more ramped, was much nicer. But sadly, that was my death of the war. But thank you very much for watching the video, and I hope to catch you in the next one.